You mentioned in that last section about the Blum legacy, and I think we'd be interested to know what that means. You've written a book recently about your parents. What is significant about the Blums and the Solomon Islands that was so interesting that you felt you could write a book about it to share the story of your parents?
Alvin and Gertrude independently were of Jewish-Russian background, and their families had escaped the pogroms in Russia, and independently of each other. In fact, Father's family were quite wealthy and didn't leave because of the pogroms. They left about 20 years beforehand in the late 1890s and moved to the United States. And they were furriers, and as I said, and they were quite comfortable. My mother's family, on the other hand, were poorer, and they had rabbis and learned people in their family, and they were targeted by the Russian Cossacks. So they left, and it was the general story, Fiddler on the Roof story, and they arrived in New York through Ellis Island around 1904. And my mother was brought up as an Orthodox Jew, and so was my father. They independently found the faith through a whole variety of searching, independently of each other, and each became Baha'is and met briefly through the faith. They got together quite a few years later and were going to get married just before the war. He was shipped out to the Pacific before they could get married. That wasn't their intention. And Dad ended up in New Zealand as part of the US forces. He was actually ran the dispensary on Princess Wharf. He spent a lot of time in New Zealand and was very charismatic, made a lot of contacts across all faiths, spoke about the Baha'i Faith in many different venues, and went up through the Pacific after most of the main fighting was finished, thank goodness, because he would have probably been killed, and went to the Solomons for 3 or 4 weeks with a hospital ship, and then was discharged. By this time it was nearly 1944, and he was discharged when he went to the Philippines, and that was taken home. After he got home, they married, and I was born, and he asked the guardian of the Baha'i Faith, who was the grandson of the founder of the faith, if he could go back to New Zealand because they loved New Zealand. And he came back to New Zealand, and he and Mother stayed here for 7 or 8 years. Then there was a general call for the expansion of the faith. It was called the 10-Year Crusade. And they volunteered through a whole series of events to go to the Solomons. And they went to the Solomons. We all went. I was 7 or 8 in 1954 to fulfill this plan that had been put through by the Baha'i administration.